You are listening to an Atomic Broadcasting production, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the feature presentation. And remember, do your part, such as like, comment, rate, and don't forget to tell a friend to tune in for an Atomic Time.
Now, where were we? Ah, yes. Tasked with defending a group of researchers, our party set out to investigate a recently uncovered cave. There they found mysterious runes, an archaic helmet, and a statue of an unidentified creature. Upon returning to town, the party enjoyed a day off, awaiting the results of their employment.
Yeah, so I did my homework to watch The Dark Crystal.
You did?
Yeah.
And it's a lovely movie.
Did anyone create a test?
No one created a test.
Darn.
The only thing I can say really about it, without getting into like a more detailed critique, is just that is about it.
Okay.
I have enough of your whining, Chamberlain.
I'm so confused.
You went, that's all you had?
I mean, I can get into it.
Did
honestly.
you like it or not?
My feelings on this movie are complicated.
Okay.
Would you watch it again?
No, probably not for another 2 years.
I hate you. All right, so so in my neighborhood, we had an ice cream truck that would go by about 9 p.m. every day.
9 p.m.?
Yes, 9
At
p.m.
night?
at
Yeah.
night. Obviously, no one went to it.
That's
I went
And
there all
he
the
was
time.
definitely
I'm sorry.
busted on several occasions for selling drugs.
What kind of drugs?
That's a little
I don't
sketch.
know. I just hear these
Sam,
things.
why don't you go buy drugs?
But then,
from your
like, so
local-
there was like a year or two where it was just that never, and then like it just started again. It's just like, oh my gosh,
That's really
The
sketchy.
neighborhood gets
all the time.
lively.
So now, whenever I hear an ice cream truck, I don't go to them and I don't trust them anymore.
I mean,
because
fair.
I'm just used.
Your
there's
childhood
one that,
is ruined.
There's one that goes through my neighborhood now where I live, and I'm always just like,
If you
It's at regular times, but I still think
if you don't
they're probably
like
selling
it,
drugs.
call
What
the
else is
cops.
in
And
that?
if you do, buy drugs from them.
Honestly,
Well,
it's just overpriced
support your local
ice cream you
businesses.
can buy from
What are you
your
really
local grocery
getting
store.
in your
Fair.
ice cream
Okay, I'm
sandwich?
sorry.
That's what
I've
we all wanna
never
know.
seen a human
vegetarian.
superhero popsicle at my local grocery store.
Well, it's the same flavor.
Or a
as-
sponge.
human
it is not
popsicle?
a human popsicle.
Oh, right. Well, those are only at ice cream
I've
trucks.
never found an ice cream pop with a sour gumball as a nose.
But
okay?
most of those aren't very good.
I bet you can find them online.
Where did you find an ice cream with a sour gumball?
At
the ice cream trucks.
And it's not the nose. It's supposed to be its eyeball. It just kind of went down.
No, I'm talking about the clown one.
Have you
that
not
has
seen
one with a
ice
nose.
cream truck?
Wait, you've never bought
Ice-
ice cream from an ice cream truck?
Not in the
mean,
last
I haven't
decade.
either.
2
What?
decades.
They don't
even.
change.
I've never
They've
in my
been
entire
the
life.
same.
Here, let me see if I can get a good image. Oh, here we go. Here, so
Wait, why do you just? Oh, you're googling
here's what
it.
they
Okay.
here's what they're supposed to look like.
Oh my.
And they don't
Here's
look
what
like
they
that.
always look like.
And it's a childhood blessing, and you eat
Here's
it.
another one.
It's like
And then-
Spider-Man.
That one's better.
You get to the
it's
gumball.
better.
Okay, look at me. Look at you. Okay, you get to the gumball. And it's it's hard as a rock, and it
Because
will
it's
break
frozen.
your teeth. But it's always worth it.
Here are SpongeBob's multiples.
What?
a
Why are
circle.
you?
That's creepy. It looks like honestly, it looks like a kernel of corn.
For those of you listening at home, we're googling different ice creams you can get from ice cream trucks.
It's a corn kernel with a weird bunny tooth smile.
I feel like the moral of the story is always support small businesses, rather that be ice cream trucks or drug dealers.
All right, go to. I found a website online that you can buy just ice cream to sell in ice cream trucks.
One
Well,
second.
yeah.
I feel like we need to make mention we do not support or condone drug use.
The use
We
of
do not
illicit
condone-
substances.
Please do not go out there and buy drugs from your local ice cream truck.
Please use substances responsibly,
okay.
including ice cream.
I should specify, unless you're
Yes.
friends with them, in which case it's cool.
Friends with the drug dealer?
Yeah. You can
Then you might have other
You
problems.
can never truly be friends with your drug dealer.
You might have to go to rehab. I'm sorry.
Honestly, you know, statistically, 1 out of the group of us is a drug dealer.
It's
On
fun.
that note,
Which one of you is it?
You got me.
I'm not going to share my sources because I don't have any.
I want to see those statistics, Petite.
I can write them down. But they'll make a difference.
Hey, so we leveled up, right?
We did. At the end of the last episode, everybody kind of went their own separate way for the evening, had their own mini adventures.
Did some drugs.
Things happened,
I'm not
things
gonna
didn't
talk about my
happen.
session.
And everybody leveled up. So, for the audience's benefit, I do want to mention we are playing with a few alternate rules. So, first off is the alternate rule of gradual ability boosts. Normally in Pathfinder 2e, when you hit level 5, you get to choose 4 attributes to bonus up. We're playing so that you get those bonuses gradually. You get 1 at level 2, 1 at 3, 1 at 4, and then you get none of them. No, you get your last one. You get your last one at level 5 because that would be number 4.
Yes. Yes, I've confirmed on my fingers.
It makes a more gradual ability increase instead of just suddenly very strong at level 5. In addition to that, we're playing with the automatic bonus progression. So instead of relying on finding magical items to make you stronger, you just get those bonuses as you go up. So at this point, everybody can act as if they have a +1 rune on any weapon they're using.
Woot woot.
We're also playing with the alternate rule of... My brain left me behind.
Free archetypes.
Thank you. We are also playing with the alternate rule of free archetypes. So that's like a subclass on the side of your main class progression that you get to level up in every even level. So we might hear from some of our players what archetypes they've chosen. Some of them might be keeping those secret. And on that note, let's go around the table and everybody just share one cool thing that you got from leveling up. And the rest of that will just kind of come out over the course of play as we move along.
Oh, that's me. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're everyone.
I am everyone. Oh, please no. All right, so I will be one of those that will share the free archetype because, I mean, if you know,
I do want to say also, free archetypes, if you're not playing with the variant rule, you can still take one, but you have to use your class feat to take it instead of your...
The free
you're just
archetype
getting it
rule
for
just
free.
gives it to you for free, yeah.
it's free.
It's free real estate.
Everything's free.
So, free archetype for me, if you all haven't figured it out yet, I took the Rune Scar dedication.
I'd like to point out that you looked at us like we're masters at this game and know all of the archetype if you haven't figured it out.
Would you like me to describe?
You also told us all 3 minutes ago.
Yeah, that is very I don't remember what happened 3 minutes ago.
I have a very short-term memory, so I probably forgot.
Anyway,
Would you like me to describe it?
would you like to describe it?
Sure.
I'd like you to describe it.
So, whether through blood or by exposure to rune magic, you have become rune scarred, with visible glowing runes on your body in the form of tattoos or scars. You might have possessed these marks before gaining the archetype, but you only truly became rune scarred when you chose to study and tap into the rune's power. You become an expert in Arcana, and you can also become trained in region lore, or an expert in region lore if you were already trained in it. Yeah.
Nice. What region did you pick?
The land of the Norm Kings.
I would hope.
That's
Don't be walking around with Cheliax lore. That'd be weird.
It could be a
I mean,
secret.
to be fair, that might come up. There's a
That
lot of
is true, yeah.
Salaxians.
If you don't want to tell us, you don't have to.
we'll leave that one up.
It was a very well-timed level up. We were just in a room full of runes.
That is true.
Yeah.
It's like Jordy planned it.
Hence Uver's excitement.
It's almost like you thought about this ahead of the campaign.
I actually didn't know about that bit.
Oh, is it me?
Yeah.
Hi.
Abatha.
That is not.
It is my actually fun fact. I worked with an intern about a year ago, and her nickname for me was Abatha.
I'm sorry.
I don't know why,
Well, it
because
was.
it's not my name.
That just
You
shows
should
how
just correct
uncreative
it.
Petite
No,
is.
I didn't know that intern. I don't know every
You
intern.
were the intern.
I don't mind it.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like nostalgic now.
For those of you who have that name, I'm sorry. I just insulted your name.
I don't know that anyone has the name Abatha.
You never know.
can
People
look it
are
up.
weird.
I mean, I've heard of
Wow,
Tabitha.
you just insulted them again.
Actually, no, he insulted their parents this
I
time.
insulted their parents this time, Petite. Get on it.
Make it more well-rounded.
So what is your archetype?
or whatever.
I mean, I'm going to share it because...
Or not, yeah, you don't got to tell us your
No, I'm
archetype.
going to
What's your
share my
cool thing?
archetype
What's
because
your fun
the
fact?
other fun about me?
No,
or
about your new level.
Your new level.
my new level.
Only one, though. You can't say anything else.
Gosh darn it. I mean, the archetype's the only fun thing that really happened. Everything else is kind of eh.
Then do it.
Okay. So I chose the dandy dedication.
Such a dandy.
I was almost
dandy.
about to choose a different one, and then I was like, I'll go with this
It
one.
fits. It's good.
It was either this or celebrity.
That makes sense.
What is the dandy dedication?
The
Yeah.
dandy dedication. You are a genteel master of style, culture, and decorum, aware of even the subtlest rules of etiquette. Whether you were born into status, acquired it later in life, or merely pretend to possess it, you look and act your part to manicured perfection.
Pretend to have it.
And I gained a pretty cool, fun activity that I'll go into later, but I'm excited to use it. I'm excited to use it. It's going to be fun.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I can't wait to see what you get into with your dandy escapades.
She's so fine and
All right, we're going to
dandy.
skip Hamir. Nobody needs...
No one needs to know.
No one needs to know.
All right, Sam, what did Hamir
Oh,
get?
me?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see you then.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
You're sitting right next to him.
I was debating between two things. I think I'm just going to talk about my class feat. That way I don't have to talk about it mid-combat.
Yeah.
Fair.
I took diverse lore. So now, with my esoteric knowledge, I can use my esoteric lore skill to just roll recall knowledge on anything, but with a -2 penalty to it. And whenever I try to exploit a vulnerability, if I succeed, I can check to see if that roll would have succeeded a recall knowledge check. If so, I also get to free recall knowledge alongside just creating a vulnerability in enemy at the same time, just with the same action.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
It's very cool.
it's gonna be useful. So you'll hear me asking, did that pass recall knowledge? When I'm trying to create,
Did that pass?
when I'm trying to create weaknesses in my enemies.
Is it my turn? Is me?
Is you?
I mean, you are the next one in the circle.
Yeah, but they don't know that.
Well, now they know. We just went around in a circle.
That's true. Well, they didn't know. We could have just been popcorning. Anyway,
I like
It's a
popcorn.
novel.
I have
Thank you
two
very
things that
much.
I'm excited about. Well,
One. I said one.
Well, I get two.
Hey, I was
You
gonna
told
talk about.
us
I was
one.
gonna talk about two, but I only made it one.
Well, no. So one's
it,
gonna
Jenkins.
Just don't put a
one is
period
gonna be
between
very
them.
quick, and then the other one's gonna be
Well,
more
so was
detailed.
mine.
As long
Then
as
do
only
it.
one of them is about your character.
Well, okay. Well, in real life, then I can now speak two additional languages. No, the two things I'm excited because I grabbed the multilingual feat and now I can speak Gnome and Halfling. But the one thing that I'm really excited about is my class feat, which is Warp Space. So it's an additional
Ooh.
amp for my cantrips. And what it allows, I use it in place of the other amps that I have. And what it allows me to do within a 30-foot range is cast the spell from there instead of from my body.
Oh.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's
That's
very
It's
cool.
different from. I thought it was just a weird form of reach, but no.
Does
No,
that give
it's-
you does that mean if it's 60 feet range and someone's 90 feet away from you, you can pick 30 feet away from you and cast it the next 60? Or does it still have to be within your range?
Or if it's a self, one of the spells that shoots out something from you, you can just choose to have it elsewhere.
It can exceed its normal range as measured from
Oh.
you as long as it's within the normal range of the square I
that's
choose.
a cool reach.
Yeah, it's a cool reach. But it also, it's useful, like if somebody's behind cover, I can choose a spot behind the cover to cast my spell from.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
That's actually
You
really
can cast Unseen Servant from behind the cover.
Go, unseen servant!
Bet they won't see that coming.
That's not a cantrip, though.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
It could
It's only
be.
cantrips.
Yeah, it's only my...
reach is better.
Well, no, it's not, it's not all cantrips. It's only my specific cantrips I get from being a psychic.
Like that one that
Oh.
ignores cover.
No, I don't get that one.
Oh, you don't have that one?
No, that's Unfeathered Step or
We've
whatever.
played with too many
my
psychics.
I love them. My telekinetic projectile is a good example.
That is a
okay.
great example.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, so I
Last
think
but not least.
So
I think that's everyone.
that's everyone.
Yeah.
You know, you always leave me to the last, but I am the least knowledgeable about any of this. So it always comes down to, hey, this is what happened, and I'm not going to tell you anything about it because I just chose it because it sounded cool.
I feel like we should have chosen him first.
Yeah, it's very true because somebody else is going to have to describe it. I, like, literally the only fun thing that I chose that I can't divulge anything else is that I just chose the wizard dedication. So now I'm like a Magus wizard.
Oh, you weren't joking when you said that.
Pretty wizard. What?
You weren't
Pretty
joking
wizard
when you said
dude.
that 3 minutes ago.
Oh, no, I wasn't joking. I don't joke. What are you talking
That's-
about?
He has no sense of humor.
I
Don't you know that?
Yeah.
Whatsoever.
Sarcasm goes way over my head since I'm, 4 foot tall.
All right, enough with the bookkeeping. Let's get to bookkeeping.
Well-
Oh, did anybody care what a wizard dedication did?
Yeah, I was
yeah,
actually
go
going to
ahead.
talk about it, but you can go.
Oh, well, yeah, no, I mean, go back to what I said a second ago.
You're a wizard, Michael.
I just chose it because it sounded cool. Somebody
Right.
else
No, I'm
can
not.
describe it.
So what I like about Pathfinder 2e is instead of just leveling up and picking another class, you can use the archetype system to select a dedication for another class. For example, he took the wizard dedication, and that gives him some abilities of the wizard class. And as he levels up and picks more, he'll just get more from the wizard. So I think right now you just get some extra cantrips
in
and
reality,
spells.
what
Yeah.
you are, you're just a mudblood.
Oh,
Pretty much.
You're essentially
How?
multi-class.
That's
true,
so rude.
wizards.
Get out of here. Okay, so as a side thing, anybody technically in like Pathfinder lore can become a wizard. Like even peasants, they just have to study. That's all a wizard is. There isn't any nobility
Yes.
to
Yes.
Sorcerers are the ones.
I am a pure-blooded dwarf wizard. Thank you
You
very
can't
much.
be a pure.
There's no such thing in
If you want to be a
Pathfinder.
pure-blooded caster, be a sorcerer.
You have to be a sorcerer.
Whatever. Mudblood.
To be
over there.
fair, he can have pure blood and be anything.
That is true. So you're inbred.
I don't know about any of you, but I don't have impure blood. I mean, pure blood. Impure blood. I don't know about any of you, but I have impure blood.
Well, that's
That did
obvious.
not
You're
land
a
how you wanted
fetchling.
it to.
No, it didn't. No. I cut my thumb with a dull knife yesterday, so my brain is just
Dull.
It was a spreading knife, like one that you spread butter. or
Wait,
peanut
so
butter
did it
with.
spread its dullness to you?
No, well, yeah. No, it's like whenever I drop my. It's like when I drop the mixer on my head.
So anyway, speaking of lacking a convenient transition point, let's go ahead and jump back into the world.
Dun, da, da, da.
Where we all last left off, you had each gone your separate ways for the evening, doing your own individual tasks and whatnot, and somehow all managed to individually find yourself spending the night at the same tavern. Only one of those did I have a hand in.
How
I'm
convenient.
impressed.
I went to sleep.
Well, I didn't decide you went to sleep. I just told you to go to the tavern.
I don't know if you needed to tell me anything after the way mine ended.
You got beat up again, didn't you?
So we're going to go ahead and pick up with the sun rising, the light streaming in through the windows as each of you are beginning to come downstairs and head out into the common area of the tavern. I don't know which among you in this sort of time of rest where you're not really setting watches who would be the first up.
Probably me. Alward.
Also, maybe me.
All right, so we've got Alward, then
Hamir.
Hamir.
Sam Hamir.
I'm going to say Uvair looks very ruffled because he's probably spent most of the night doing his research.
Zephyr is up, but he's not up. He's got his hood on, and he just hobbles down into the tavern area.
So, what Alward did when he got up, went downstairs, and I'm assuming they like tried to serve him food. And instead of letting them do that, he went into the back and made his own food and coffee, paid them for the service, and then came back out.
It's a good way not to get poisoned.
As confused as the staff is, they realize that you know what you're doing, and they just decide not to make a fuss as you're handing them money as they reach to stop you.
Here, I'm making my own.
Yeah, basically.
Abby, you never
All
woke
right,
up.
Dandy.
Nirros is probably going to be the last one up,
I figured.
to be honest.
Hamir probably just going outside and practicing, training,
Whenever.
doing some drills.
Whenever I see
Uvair.
Uvair come down the stairs, do you want some scrambled eggs and coffee?
Yes. That's especially the coffee. Yes.
Okay, let me
And he's rubbing his shoulder like something's itching him.
And then I'm going to summon my unseen servant to provide coffee.
About probably the halfway point, so probably right about after Uver gets up, Salazar Wells comes in through the front door of the tavern, and he's got like a pile of papers and stuff, and he just kind of starts like setting up shop on one of the tables, like he's getting ready to do some research.
All of the papers written in chicken scratch.
Some of them. Some of them are intelligible notes,
Good for him.
but they're intelligible as in you can read them and you know what they say. They're in common.
Howard's going to send his unseen servant over with a cup of coffee and just like set it next to him.
He doesn't even seem to notice where it came from. He just kind of waves his hand dismissively and starts drinking, presumably accustomed to coffee magically appearing.
Uver's going to make his way over to Salazar very slowly. Did you make any headway in your translations?
No. And that actually is sort of the, as you say, linchpin of my appearance here at the tavern today.
I couldn't. I understand. I see what you guys were talking about. All the notes I took were garbage. They were useless. I don't understand because I know how to take notes.
Yes, and as I reviewed my own notes, and as the other researchers went over theirs, we came across the same problem the two of you were experiencing, that our notes were, perhaps, while seemingly meaningful to ourselves, unintelligible and lacking anything of substance. We have discussed and conferred, and we've decided to delay any further looking into the runes and begin examining the structure of the cave itself and other objects found within. In the meantime, we would have another task for your group, if you would be willing to accept. And he's like looking around the room to see if anybody else is there or if anyone's missing.
Would it have anything to do with this culture, perhaps, or more research into this?
Indeed, it would. I would rather explain the task once to everyone. Do you know where the others are?
Zephyr. Zephyr.
That's basically his name.
Zephyr, I'm assuming, is coming down the stairs now, as you described.
Something strong getting ready for me.
My unseen servant just holds it makes the rest of the pot of coffee float in front of you.
Smells strong, but it's not what I'm looking for.
I don't have any alcohol, but I have an idea on how we can deal with the bad note taking, because most of it was us trying to transcribe the notes, right?
Yes.
So what if we did a charcoal rubbing?
I hadn't thought of that.
Salazar reaches into a pack behind him and pulls out a piece of parchment that has what appears to be a charcoal rubbing of the runes on it. He kind of looks at you and he's like, whether this is accurate or not, I can't tell you.
It all looks like chicken scratch to me.
What does it look like?
It looks like a reproduction of the runes.
Truly.
Mm-hmm.
I do see the runes. It is not unintelligible. But I kind of want to see if I can recognize any of them.
He holds up, as you're looking at, he holds up a page of his journal that's all just like random gobbledygook chicken scratch. And he's like, this was an attempt to catalog the exact same segment of the runes. So they look the same to me.
They are not. They are not, my friend.
Most interesting. And he begins taking notes. As you're looking at that charcoal rubbing, it's a similar experience to when you were looking at the runes in the cave itself, of like, they seem to be runes, and you can kind of make out distinctions of where the runes start and stop, but you don't know any meaning attached to any of them.
It is very, very peculiar. So that you can make an imprint, or the charcoal rubbing, as he said. You can make a charcoal rubbing of them, but you cannot take them in your mind and put them on paper elsewhere. It has to be a direct pulling off the wall. I think is the way to say that. Very interesting. Very specific.
Is somebody... What's your character's name, Abby?
What?
I forgot your character's name.
Nirros.
Okay. Can somebody go wake Nirros up? They're still not down here.
I'll go get her. Just have something strong, not that. Ready for me when I get back.
You keep saying that. I don't... You could ask the bar tech person. They're the ones who... I can't just go in back and...
Is Dane there?
But Dane is here.
Dane! Lovely.
Yes?
Can I get something strong for the breakfast?
Esmeralda tells me not to serve alcohol before noon.
Well, you've done special things for me before. Wink, wink.
Oh my.
What?
What? I think we're going to have to pause and give Jordy a second here.
I was expecting something that could have been misunderstood like that.
But he just said wink, wink.
Yes. Yes, I said wink, wink.
Wink,
Oh my.
wink.
I don't think you're supposed to say wink, wink. I think you're supposed to wink.
All right, how about this? This time I'll actually come get it. I won't leave it there for 2 hours.
I'm not one to pry, but
Dane,
Good, you don't have to.
okay.
Dane, kind of reading your body language and noticing, how you're feeling right now. She's like, just nods and's like, I'll get something ready, and heads off into the kitchen.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to go get Nirros.
Here, give her this, and my unseen servant's following you with a cup of coffee.
How far can that thing travel without you?
60 feet precisely.
I will have my hands under it ready to catch it when it disappears.
Oh, it won't disappear. It'll stop before then.
Well, then I'll grab it before I lose it.
I think with the size of the tavern, I don't think
Yeah, I don't
you have to
think-
worry about the unseen servant dispelling if it stays within the tavern.
Yeah, I don't think it would.
All right. Walking away with a floating coffee pot.
So you head up to a door. Dane kind of points out which door Nirros had gone to the night before. What do you do?
I was going to knock on the table, but I don't know if that's
Um,
ideal.
I mean, we could try it and then just... How was that?
Was that okay?
I don't even know if that got recorded.
I can knock like I wink wink, so
All right, give it the old knock, knock, wink, wink, knock, knock treatment.
Knock, knock, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
He does that to the door.
What is happening?
All right, so Abby, you are Nirros. You are in the room that you spent the night in, and you hear somebody walk up to the door and say, knock, knock, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I don't even touch the door. I just say that from beyond the door.
No, I want to hear it in Zephyr's voice.
Oh, I just did it.
Oh,
Knock, knock, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
so creepy.
Everything you say sounds... Just...
Yes.
Oh, you just hear a very startled,
Come on down. I think someone, Salazar, the guy we talked to, I think he has something for us.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I've got your coffee. I'm leaving you outside your door.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
Bye.
Bye.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Walking away without the coffee now.
Question, did you take the coffee pot and set it down? Or are you
Or
just
is it
letting
just
my
the coffee?
unseen servant hold it?
I did not touch the coffee. I'm just letting the unseen servant stand there.
Just floating in front of the door. It's just, the coffee pot's just... The last thing I gave to it to do is to follow you.
Oh, crap.
So it's just following you downstairs.
Is it behind me?
It's just a
Okay,
floating
well,
coffee
I left
pot.
you coffee, but I don't know if it'll be there when you get out.
Okay.
I come and rejoin the group. Singing my song.
Weren't you supposed to leave the coffee?
Oh,
Yes?
I told it to follow you. It can only do simple things.
well, I'm not going back. Can you tell it to go to her door?
I don't know what door
It
is
knows
her door.
where
I
it
didn't know
is.
everybody was here, actually.
It's
Quite surprising. I mean, I guess it is the only inn in
It's
town.
the only inn in
but-
town. But I need more coffee.
It's a nice inn.
I would
Dan, are you
like
done?
I would like to point out, I never said this was the only place in town. It was just the first one I brought up, and everybody went there.
Name recognition.
If this town isn't big enough for a library, it's not big enough for 2 taverns.
Depends on what it's used for.
That's
It's not a
fair.
question of size, it's a question of money.
It also has a library in it, though, hopefully.
No.
The tavern.
It's a small library. There's like a bookshelf with like 3 books
It's
on
just
it.
someone's house.
Someone's house is
Why are you invited? Why are you looking through my books?
It's a private collection.
There's a cleric of Nethys, and he's just like, I have 5 books.
This one's a pop-up book.
Pop-up book of spells. Let's say.
Oh, that would be amazing.
So, with the
Fireball.
coffee being successfully dropped off outside of Niros's door,
Was it though?
No.
No.
with the coffee being debatably dropped off outside of Niros's door. So we've got 3 of the 5, and Salazar's just kind of fuffling,
What?
shuffling through his papers.
The Fuffleshuffle.
I sure hope I get this drink sooner. I'm gonna need it.
Oh yeah, Dane comes by with a drink for you.
All right. Is it called the Fuffleshuffle?
That's the dance we do at night.
It's the Fuffleshuffle shake.
It is called the Amber Nugget, and it's like a stiff ale.
That's better than Fuffleshuffle.
I like the Fuffleshuffle, though.
We'll use it later.
That's the mixer
Okay.
later.
Nah.
They only sell that in the big city.
Mm.
So, hey Mirror, you're still outside training?
Yes.
Gotcha. So I imagine you kind of just like went out into the courtyard out behind the tavern, or did you want to go out further?
I'm out in the outskirts of the woods. There's some woods nearby, right?
Mhm.
I thought that was brought up.
Yeah, off to the west.
Yes. So Hamir's got a hatchet, and he's throwing it into a tree, and it keeps landing about the same spot.
Has he always had the hatchet?
Yeah, he's got
Okay.
2 hatchets.
I was like, did he just steal a hatchet?
He bought a hatchet.
Sorry.
So Hamir keeps hitting the same spot with his hatchet, and then as he retrieves this one, he turns and throws it, and we're watching it go at the chalice, but then it kind of just goes wide, and he looks really frustrated and picks up another hatchet and just throws it back at the tree and hits it dead on, and then tries again at the chalice, and it goes wide, and he sort of is just mumbling under his breath, all frustrated. He starts going over to pick it up. He's just like, fine, I get it. I understand. You're staying. I get it. All right. Just don't let what happened last time happen again. He kind of looks over towards an empty field, and he's like, just don't look at me like that. Just, I need a drink. And he starts just making his way. He doesn't look like he slept very well. And he's just kind of not holding himself very high like he typically does. And as he kind of just shuffles back to the tavern.
And I imagine as he's walking towards the tavern, we've kind of got a shot over his shoulder as he's walking away from us, and the camera just kind of cranes down to just look at the chalice on his belt. Then we do a Star Wars style wipe transition back to the tavern, where we find sitting in the common room is the 3 who are already there, and who is entering.
You see Nirros kind of stumbling her way into the common room and like slams into a wall and she's like, ugh.
Sorry about the
Like,
coffee.
carrying her shoes.
So sorry about the coffee. I didn't think you would follow me.
What?
When he says that, an unseen servant bumps into you
Duh.
holding a pot of coffee in a cup.
Thanks.
Nice of you to join us.
We've been offered another task.
Doing what?
I don't know yet. He wouldn't explain until you showed up, and now we're waiting on him here.
And there he is.
The doors swing open saloon style.
What are the 4 of you doing here?
I forgot about you, actually.
Thanks. That's fine.
they were talking about another addition to the job.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yes, Salazar says, kind of tearing away from his work. This would be a separate and additional task, not under the purview of either of the mining companies, mind you. You would be working for me directly as a contract, a favor, however you like to put it. I do assure you I have the money to make it worth your while.
A contract.
It would be a very short contract. Just please go here and do this.
The point is that it is in writing, and we have
Very well.
your word saying that.
Pulls out a piece of parchment and a quill and starts writing as he's talking, not looking at the paper, but it's like the penmanship is excellent.
Volden, can you warm this up?
Sure.
Oh, thank you.
Prestidigitation.
Oh, like hot water.
No.
Oh,
How small of a
There's a fire over there.
fine.
produce flame can I make?
So, rules as written. Produce flame allows you to create a mote of flame and then either throw it at something or like strike something with it. So I would say produce flame wouldn't be able to create like a sustained source of heat, but you would be able to light something with produce flame.
What if it was like a flash heat? Like if it's hot enough, it will... What were you trying to heat up?
Cup.
If it's hot enough, it might heat up the cup.
I'm leery of making...
Hamir's over at the fire, and he's just warming it up.
Dang, okay. I just wanted to help.
I understand.
I don't understand why prestidigitation wasn't enough.
It only warms it. I'm making tea. I need it to be hot.
Oh, well, you could just make cold tea and
No.
and then I could flavor it to be whatever you want.
No, thank you.
This isn't the South. We don't like iced tea here.
Salazar finishes writing the contract and he looks up and he's like, right, so here's the description of what I need from you. My colleagues and I are in need of some supplies and some research materials to continue our investigation of the cave. Most of these could be found very readily at the library in the city of Joel, not far from here. I have written up, in addition to this contract, which will detail the terms I'm outlining right now, I've written up a commission. What's the word I'm looking for? Piece of paper that's like, please give me these things.
An IOU,
A contract.
a shopping list.
A commissary? A commissary note?
Yes, sure.
A shopping list. The contract is simple. We simply need you to take this list to the library in Joel, deliver it to the headmaster there, and they will send the supplies our way. Now, you might be asking why I would ask 5 experienced adventurers like yourselves. The remainder of my request is no longer part of the contract, but is merely an off-the-books request. Personally, I don't believe there will be any materials in the library in Joel sufficient for our study. I've been there many times myself, and I found their collection to be somewhat lacking.
Has he already shown us the list?
He's handed it over, but it's like folded up and stuff.
Uver takes it, unfolds it, and goes, yes, I think I would agree that they definitely don't have this material. And I know for a fact they don't have this material. I've asked it for
Then
it
why are
myself.
we going there in particular?
Going there is merely a formality to appease my colleagues. What I would request for the 5 of you, if you should wish to do so, and I know I have no right to ask this, there is a forgotten library beneath the city. You see, in the olden times, hundreds of years past, at the same site where the city of Joel now sits, the ancient city of Torrendale, as a part of the Thessalonian Empire, was structured.
Do I recognize that?
Oh, yes. In fact, with your ancient empire lore, you would know this. Like, this is no new news to you.
Would I recognize that?
Oh, yes. You've grown up in the area.
That actually exists. I've heard of it, but I have never found a clue to...
You've lived here. You didn't grow up here. That's right. Sorry. Go ahead.
That actually exists. I've heard the tales of that, but I have not I found any clues as to where that could be. It is been one of the things I've been wanting to look for and see.
Yes, so as many of you may have heard, well, I don't know how many of you are familiar with local news, the previous king of Southmoor, King Opia something fingers. Something fingers.
I think that's a good enough name. King O'Pier something fingers.
That's 2 fingers. Or salad
8 fingers.
What?
8.
8?
The previous king of Southmoor, King Opia 8 Fingers, wanted to construct a grand arena in the capital city of Joel to facilitate commerce, trade, and travel throughout the lands. Unfortunately, as they were reaching the conclusion of the construction of the arena, they had broken through with their foundations into an ancient vault of the old city of Torrendale. They found it to be too dangerous. They ceased construction immediately. I have reason to believe, however, that inside that vault lies lost knowledge, secret tomes, and who knows what else might be useful in uncovering such another concealed vault as we've found.
Uver just has this perpetual look of excitement just growing on his face when he hears secret tomes, lost knowledge.
I assure you, we're probably capable of. I look at Hamir and then all of the rest of everybody. We're probably capable of doing what you ask, but it's going to cost quite a bit.
And I can assure you, I can supply the goods should you return.
So just to be clear, since this is off the books, we get you everything on your shopping list, and we keep whatever else we find interesting.
I hesitate to give such a blanket statement since I do want the books and information found in the library, but if you find any relics, items, or treasures within, they are yours for the taking.
Ah, so it's not like a controlled restoration situation?
I will take all the books. I will read them, but they can't be just hidden forever. They must be given to the public. They must be.
Okay.
Everyone must be
Remind
able to
me
read
not
them.
to give him caffeine anymore.
Well, he's rambling. Why do you need all 5 of us? I doubt this doesn't seem like a mission you need all of us for, especially he motions at Zephear.
Excuse me.
The delivery of the shopping list to the library could certainly be easily accomplished by any one of you on their own, but should you choose to venture into the vaults of Torrendale, I would recommend that you watch each other's backs and remain on high alert.
What sort of things are seen in these vaults, if it sounds dangerous? Seeing as you want all of us.
The Rune Lords of Thassalon were cruel and powerful mages. There is no telling what you might find.
Well, what happened at the previous one?
The what?
The one that uncovered with the arena construction.
That's where you're going.
I thought
Yes,
that was
but
a
how
long
many
time
people
ago.
died on the
No,
construction?
Okay.
Dozens.
Oh,
What
maybe I'm
happened?
just confused.
The city was constructed a long time ago.
Yeah.
They discovered it more recently, like within the past.
Like the
15
previous
years.
guy. And they haven't gone into the vault?
No, they decided it was too dangerous.
Oh, I missed that part. Okay, my apologies.
Actually, can I give a more specific date? No, I can't.
Okay.
Nobody knows who was king before Opia 8 Fingers.
Did he have 8 fingers?
It was
No, he had 7.
this
Would-
opioid 9 fingers.
Would they have allowed anyone else to try and explore it?
So the situation with this vault at this point is kind of like it's off limits to the public because it's dangerous. But like if you go in, they're not going to be like arresting you for going somewhere dangerous. They're like, on your own head be it, but you know, if anything comes out of there, you're liable for whatever it does.
Oh, okay.
Reason why I ask is I'm trying to think of a reason why Ufair wouldn't have already tried.
In this specific context, I would imagine that Uver has heard of this and knows about it, but hasn't been able to find anybody to go in with him. And would know, going in by himself is a death wish.
I can go with that. Yeah.
Just right there in the contract, just make sure it says something along the lines of any negative effects that come out of it is not tied to us but to you, since you're the one who wants us to partake in this adventure.
Well, the whole going in the vault part is off the books.
Well, it's not on the contract, though.
That's why it's off the books.
Well, if you don't want to put... So you're going to pay us a large sum of gold to do shopping?
That's how money laundering works.
Are we money laundering?
Are we money laundering?
No.
I don't think we can do this quest now, guys.
The contract is not important. What is important is the vast amount of knowledge that is...
Have you been screwed over by not reading a contract via a devil?
I have... Why would you make a contract with
I
the devil?
grew up in Chaliax, so no.
To be frankly honest, he's
I
not
thought
putting
that
it in
was-
the contract because we don't necessarily have to do it.
That is
Alright,
correct.
But fine, if something evil comes out of the thing and then the whole town hates us, it's on us, not him.
No, it's not. It's not important.
Then you can throw
You
him
want
under the
whole town
bus.
to hate you?
I don't care.
But then it's his word against ours, and he is much more respectable than any of us.
Thank you.
There are 5 of us, and he does have a reputation.
That's what I'm saying.
I think the reputation would. I think people would assume.
I am a respected scholar.
Yeah.
I would never go
I don't
into such a
respect you.
dangerous vault.
What I'm saying is that it doesn't need to be written down because we have such this opportunity that I have been looking for that I am finally able to explore.
It's good money, Volden. Just take it.
Alright, fine, but I want it to be known that if any evil came out, I tried to save us from the repercussions.
Then you take care of the evil. You keep it from coming out. That's your job.
No, our job is to go into the
No,
vault.
no, your job. Here, I'll write up a contract for you.
I don't believe you know how to write.
I can chicken scratch. I bite my finger and I start writing on a napkin in blood.
I look at Salazar and I motion again to Zephear.
I'm gonna have my mage hand pick up the napkin and just carry it to the fire.
I gave up a lot for that contract.
Don't write
He really
things
put
in blood.
himself into it.
Blood, blood, and blood. No tears.
No sweat.
No sweat.
Again, I think we're talking too much about this. We should be able to leave almost immediately for this.
I think you don't put thought before you act.
The search of knowledge cannot be confined to contracts and to business and to things. That it must be open for everyone, and it must be unearthed so it is not lost.
So we're not talking about the search for knowledge right now. We're talking about liability.
What liability is there in unearthing knowledge?
If something evil...
You take care of it as you come. There is danger in everything you do. I have learned that through my many years.
How about this? How about we go, fulfill what's on the contract, and while we're there, if we have the chance to do any extracurricular activities, we do so.
I agree with him.
I just need to point out the contract says you're paying us a lot of money to do a very simple task.
That is correct.
So even if we do not do that simple task, you do still owe us the money.
That is correct.
I mean, sorry, even if we do not do the extracurricular activity, you still owe us a lot of money.
That's correct.
Okay, then I am okay with this.
Wonderful. Now that
it-
that's settled.
You might consider it a payment with a generous tip to possibly consider a favor in the future.
Whether he comes or not is not really important.
I'm not coming.
No, why would he what?
Oh, no, you.
All right, how many people can we kick out of the party? Me, the other Michael, only Michaels.
Yep, only
Only the
Michaels
Michaels
get
are
kicked
left
out.
behind.
We'll have a special side episode. Oops, all Michaels.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be fun.
Bottom dish.
My favorite cereal.
Oops, all Michael.
Yeah.
All right, well, I suppose I'm going to quickly read over the contract and make sure it's reasonable and then have everyone sign it.
Did you know there are no bathroom breaks on this contract? So you're not legally liable to take bathroom breaks.
No, it's right there in subsection 2.
What, Salazar?
You are permitted to take bathroom breaks as needed by a reasonable person's estimation.
Yeah. On average, it's about 4 bathroom breaks per day. During the working day.
That's unreasonable. 2 is enough.
Oh, my apologies. I'll make a quick note. 2.
Anyway, I've written my name. You can see it, it's in blood.
His thumb is still bleeding.
No, I made a new hole.
I like to.
I've got 10 fingers.
I like to
Two more than
imagine
whatever
you
his name
signed it as I was like reading over it. You were just like,
Oh my gosh.
And as you get to the end, you notice that there's already another signature.
Nobody noticed when Uver signed. It just happened.
All right, well, and then I sign it, and then I pass it around.
Do I have to sign that?
I mean, if you don't want to come.
If you
I mean, I want to come, but do I have to sign that?
I mean, yes.
Why?
Because it makes it legally binding that he pays you as well as us.
Or you could just take whatever's in the place we're possibly not going to.
Is this per person or is this a lump sum for everyone?
It's a lump sum. So if she doesn't sign, you all get paid more.
Well, it's going to be how much gold?
A level appropriate amount of gold.
To the party. So
Yes.
if she doesn't sign it, I could just give that amount to her.
I mean, if
We'd
you
all
wanted
have to decide.
Yes.
Because you would have to take it out of your share.
No.
Yeah, we're not. If she doesn't sign it, she's not. getting
Fine,
her
I'll
share.
just sign it. Just, ugh.
the gold isn't the most important part here, but I do find that they
I mean, if you want, you don't need
I
this.
do find that they squirm less if you sign it.
Now that we've confirmed that there are 5 signatures on the contract,
I signed
once
twice.
complete, you will each get 20 gold pieces. But that does remind me, Salazar says, and he reaches into a pack. Your payment for the completion of the first contract.
I was about to ask. Not gonna lie.
And he hands out little bags of gold, and inside there is 12 gold pieces for each of you.
Notice how he didn't pay us until after we accepted the second job.
That's diplomacy.
Diplomacy.
Oh, diplomacy.
Anyway,
Okay.
I'm gonna take Salazar a little to the side and whisper to him, and the extra bit to my family has been arranged.
He nods and is like, it's already been sent along its way.
Okay, good. All right, let's go, guys. I suppose we can eat our breakfast first, and I sit back down.
It's best that you notice Uver's bowl is already empty, the cup drained. He's gone, and you just hear in the back in the room just shuffling and packing.
Did you finish all your greens?
Not important.
There's just some broccoli on the floor.
Broccoli on the floor.
And shortly after, he's coming out, and he already has his pack and everything, traveling cloak on.
My tea is ready.
I'm gonna put my unseen servant in between him and the door so he can't leave.
Come. Let's go.
Nirros hasn't even finished her first cup of coffee because she was about to, and then all this happened, and she's just like, I need a minute. Just a minute.
Yeah, I'm drinking tea.
I'm drinking amber nugget. What did you say?
Yeah, amber nugget.
It's pretty early.
While everybody is packing up, let's see. Nirros is in the common room drinking her coffee. Is anybody else in the common room at this point? Hey, Mir? Okay, so everybody but Zephear is already back in the common room.
Oh, yeah. I'm drinking.
Okay, everybody's back in the common room.
Well, we just haven't.
The only one that's packed is Uver, though.
Yeah. He's just sitting down
Wait, is the common room the drinking room or?
Yeah, so it's like...
It's like the bar
drinking
room.
It's the bar.
It's the room where the drinking happens.
I mean, you could drink in any room. Just
You could.
is that where the
main
bar
room
is?
where the
There is
drinking
one room
happens.
that's like a no drinking room.
Oh dang! I will
It's
never
the
be that.
smoking
It's the
my
smoking
room.
only room. Sorry, you can smoke your cigar, but you can't drink while you do it.
That would be barbaric.
It would be.
So I guess all 5 of you are in the common room when the front door to the tavern opens and a young man of Scald descent walks in. He's got long blonde hair and leather armor, a hatchet on his left side, and a short sword buckled on his right, and he kind of just steps in and is like, I'm looking for an escort. Is anyone here traveling to Joel?
I just look at.
I am. What's going on?
You should have read the contract. It probably said like non-disclosure. You can't
Yeah.
tell anyone we're going there.
Come over here. What's going on?
Yes, well, I'm traveling over to Joel, and I've got some urgent business there, so I can't wait too long. But I don't want to be dissuaded or waylaid by any highwaymen, so I was wondering if there was anyone else who was traveling that direction. You know, safety in numbers and all that.
Whenever Mir called him over, Howard pulled out a piece of paper and started writing a
Oh
contract.
my gosh.
I don't recognize this guy, do I?
I don't think you would.
Okay.
Hatchet Brothers.
The Hatchet Man.
That's
yeah,
how
you
you
don't
would
recognize
recognize
him.
He doesn't seem local.
No.
Okay.
Why do you need to go to Joel?
I'm going to meet my sister there.
As I'm furiously writing. And how much are you willing to pay for an escort?
Well, I feel like maybe 6-7 gold pieces. 7 sound fair?
7 per person.
That seems a little pricey.
Well, you have to pay for everyone.
There's 5 of us.
Oh. I'll do 12 gold pieces.
For everyone?
For the whole group.
So 2.5 for everyone.
Can you do 3, so 15?
You drive a hard bargain. 3 gold pieces each.
And he just puts out 15 gold and continues. Oh, what is your name?
My name is Sigmund Eredson.
Perfect. And I slap down the contract in front of him. All right, if you just sign here, here, and initial there, we'll be on our way in about 10 minutes.
He's signing it, and he's like, well, if you'd like, you can call me Siggy. All my friends do.
No.
I'm not going to call you that.
If you look at the contract, once again, there's a signature already on it.
You didn't have to sign it.
Are you paying us 3 gold pieces each?
That is where you initialed where it says you agree to pay us 3 gold.
It doesn't matter.
So,
I guess we're getting an extra 15 gold. Oh, sorry, 12 gold.
Are we sure we should take this? I mean, he's in a rush and he's by himself. That's a little concerning.
I mean, we're already on our way and you called him over. I was
called
going
him
to
over to
ignore him.
listen to what he had to say, and I don't know if I feel like it's the safest option.
I mean, it'd be no less safe than... And he has a hatchet. He has a weapon. It looks like he semi-knows how to use it.
Oi, what's going on over there?
Oh, we're taking our straggler.
Okay.
Hello. You can call me Siggy.
His name is Sigmund. He's going to be paying us 3 gold each to take him to Joel.
And you said you're going to see your...
My sister.
Can I sense motive him?
Sure.
Well, yeah. Just on his whole general...
I would like to as
Annoying.
well. Specifically, just if he has a sister or not. Oh,
Right.
my...
Plus 7.
6. I hope he understood.
7 and 6?
No.
The other way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys got the exact same result. Nice.
Yay.
Well,
Let's hope it was good.
It probably wasn't.
Again, mine is just specifically on if he has a sister.
Uver doesn't care. Uver's still by
He's
the
just-
door.
Bouncing,
absolutely-
kicking the air.
He absolutely has a sister.
Oh, good to
And he's
know.
going to visit her.
Nice. It's a good
Okay.
brother.
Hmm.
Doesn't seem like he has any ulteriors.
No.
Okay.
The
Nervous or anything.
the day is waning away.
It has been 30 minutes.
It's
You can wait.
morning.
There is so much to do, so much to do.
Again, remind me
these
not
young
to
ones-
give him coffee tomorrow.
These
Yeah.
young ones don't understand
No.
the preciousness of time.
Does anybody know how long it actually takes to get there? He said it wasn't very far, but
I would know, wouldn't I?
On foot, it's about a day and a half.
Yeah.
It's a little bit further than going back to Tom Grove.
well, I guess we should get a move on then.
I pack up my coffee kit and everything.
Excellent. So we'll be off then.
Are we walking or are
Not
we
we,
hiring
us.
transport?
Wait,
we can walk.
no,
It's
you're
only
not
a day and a half
Salazar.
away.
Salazar and Sigmund sound
walked
very
here.
similar.
Okay, fine.
Can your old bones not handle it?
As you see Uver just sprightly stand up.
200-year-old dwarf.
300.
Oh, my bad.
Rather spry for a wizard guy.
Before Alward
Yes.
puts his coffee stuff away, Nirros just holds out her cup for a fill up.
The unseen servant just comes up from behind and puts the last little bit of coffee in the cup.
Thank you.
If you wanted to hire, like rent a carriage to take there, it would be like 2 gold.
Oh, then yeah, I guess we can rent a carriage. It won't get us there any faster. It just makes it where we don't have to walk as much. It makes us more of a target.
Like, you'd be able to rent, like, a passenger vehicle, essentially.
And get there faster.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then yeah, let's do that. A day travel, let's go.
I'm not taking one just so I don't have to walk. I'm taking one so it's quicker.
Lazy.
So out of the 30 gold from the travel contract, I'm assuming,
Sure.
Yeah.
the 15 from Siggy and then the 15 from Uwe.
You know what? I'll just pay with my own 2 gold. I have a lot of stuff. I'll just pay for it.
Yeah, Uver ain't paying that.
Before we leave the tavern, have we left?
It's up to you.
Oh, well, I tossed a Dane a piece of gold.
If it's up to me, we never leave.
What a fun campaign.
Makes for great radio.
Yeah, always in the tavern.
I grab my backpack. I'm ready to go.
I have a few more things to get upstairs, but I'll be right out.
So we do another wipe transition, and there's like, you know,
Where are we going?
Can this be a starburst transition?
yes, actually, I was thinking starburst transition.
No, perfect.
So we've got a starburst transition, and we
Isn't it
see
just the square.
Chewed up
The spinny
Starburst
square.
there.
I like the spinny square.
you can each imagine your favorite transition.
I can't.
Sven, get out of here with
Said
the
you
thing.
could draw your favorite transition.
You can animate your
Write
favorite
in and
transition.
tell us what your favorite transition is.
You can contact us at...
And we see our group now in the rented carriage on their way following the road from Copperburget to Joel.
Is this like comes with a driver, or is this like one of us has to drive it?
At this price, it would be one of you would have to drive it, but you could throw in an extra gold and hire a driver.
No,
I can drive.
we'll drive. I don't just
How
do
do we
that.
return the
I bought it.
carriage?
I'll drive it.
You rented it. You
I
didn't
want
buy
to
it.
drive.
I spent the money. I will drive it.
You sure you don't want to buy a carriage? I got plenty of carriages here for a good price.
No,
I mean, we probably have enough gold to buy one
we don't have
carriage.
carriage insurance.
We don't have carriage insurance.
Are we also buying the horses?
No,
or
that
like,
comes with the renting.
because no, I mean if you were to buy your own carriage.
Oh, yeah, you'd have to buy
I'm
the
I'm
horses.
gonna say this now. We're not getting a caravan of animals.
It worked out so well, though.
So who's gonna pull the carriage?
Oh, Sven
The
will.
horses.
There's horses attached
Not your
to
character,
the carriage.
Sven.
Well, not all the time. They weren't born like that.
Well, no, but
These
as
ones
of right
were.
now,
As of right now,
There
there
are
are
horses
horses.
hitched
This
up
is a
to the
carriage rental
carriage.
service. You rent the carriage, you rent the horses.
It's
No, they're
2
extra.
horsepower.
All right.
And as you're
Anyway.
having this discussion about who's going to pull the carriage as you're riding the carriage down the road,
It's
This
his
road-
unseen servant.
It's very strong.
this road is better maintained and better kept than the road that you took from Tomgrove to Copperburget, because this road is used for main, like, commercial traffic, you know, taking the copper out of the town, bring supplies and materials back up to the mine. So this road is very straight and easy. One of the more difficult portions is where there's like, it comes to where there's like a ravine on the left-hand side and a steep cliff going up on the right-hand side, and it's kind of winding around. There are like trees and bushes and stuff, so it's not like, well, if you fall off the wagon, you're going to die. You know, it's just a narrower spot.
Natural barriers.
Yeah, natural barriers.
I'm gonna throw a rock.
This would be
off
a
the
perfect
side.
place for an ambush.
You throw the rock.
Why would you say that?
Oh, you know, just tempting fate.
Ow.
I take the scout exploration
Wonder
activity
who that was.
while I'm in the front.
And as
who
was it that said this would be a good place for an ambush?
Jenkins.
Nobody
you think
said
this would
that,
be a
Jordy.
great place for an ambush?
Nobody
Stop
said
it.
that.
We all
No
know
one said
it's
that.
What have you
combat.
done?
If you think this would be a great place for an ambush,
Press 1.
If you'd like to carry on your merry way, press 2.
Everyone press 2 violently.
Oh, sorry, I accidentally pressed 1.
0. Speak to a person. Speak to a person.
If you press that, it'll be an ambush.
with that being established, I'm going to press 1, and that's where we're going to end this episode.
Representative.
I understand you want to speak to a representative, but we have to know a few things first.
All right. Nominations for hero points.
I didn't do
Hamir
anything.
with his chalice misses.
Ooh.
Ooh, okay.
My Mrs. Chalice.
I'm not one.
I really wanna nominate Zephear for the blood contract.
I would like to nominate Sam/Hamir because he had that cool little
That is true.
side story moment.
Indeed.
All right, Sam, what is your new hero point?
Strike true. Play when you or an ally are about to make a strike. The target rolls twice, takes the higher. The strike deals an extra die of damage on a hit if the attacker has less than half their maximum HP, or 2 extra dice if they have fewer than 1/4 of the maximum HP. This is a fortune effect. All right. Thank you. Good night. I'm going to go get some ice cream.
And we'll see you all in the next episode.
Ice cream and drugs.
Hey guys, this is Jordy, your friendly local game master here, just stopping in with a quick question. What do you think of the show so far? You've made it here to episode 7, so something tells me you're in it for the long haul. We would love to hear from you. Your feedback, your questions, any sort of connection we can get with you guys would be awesome. We've got our social media set up. So far, we have a Twitter and an Instagram. More to come? ? We also have an email address. All these details are in the show notes. That way you don't have to try to pull out a pencil and paper and copy them all down while I'm talking. But if you get in touch with us there, we will get back with you. We would love to engage with you all, answer any questions you have, the feedback that you guys could give us about what we could do with the show, what new exciting directions we could take it, or just, tell us you like our beautiful voices. Whatever you got to say, we'd love to hear it. Anyway, that's all I've got for now. I will look forward to seeing you all in the next episode. This has been an Atomic Broadcasting production. Pathfinder, Galarian, and the Lost Omens world setting are copyright of Paizo. More information at paizo.com. Music in the show is from Monument Studios' collection, as well as assorted artists with some original tracks composed by Jordy Hake. More details in the description. If you enjoyed the show, please remember to share with a friend, and we'll look forward to seeing you again next time.
Turn around.
Every now and then I get a little bit lonely and you never come around.
Yeah, I like that one. Let's do that. All right.
Every now and then.
I love this friend group.
Come around. Oh.
Everybody ready?
No.
No.